Now we are going and then the other guys are doing.
Rashida, Rukia, Ibra, Eshca, come to the arena. Muje kwa arena. Engineer. Players Ibra, Rukia, picture. Just continue. Finally, abakyala bagenda kuzannya August 7. Abakyala bagenda okukubanya ba Uganda ate bakwata ekifo kya nnambemu n'ennamba 2 mu ntegeka z'abakyala omukulu wa Uganda era ekifo ekyo be babadde mu bifo ebyo okumala emyaka egiyise 7 nga be bagabana ebifo ebyo be bazanya fayiro ya National Open bebazanyako final z'empaka za Africa mu 2022. Omu ye champion wa Uganda omukulu Rukia yakuba ono final. Naye nga wagenda okukuba Rashida yali awangudde tournament za Payouts ez'omuddireŋŋana okumala emyaka 5 natagabanga yeewera. Paka Rukia we yakomeza ejjoogo n'awangula naye 2 ez'omuddireŋŋana ate ne anga naye n'awangula 2 ezazzeeko. Bagenda kwekuba byaddala bazanya asooka sirina bwensibiramu anti tewali shuwa. Katuyite namba 8 wa Uganda ssaawa eno Sejjemba, musajja muwanguzi nnyo. Ye Munnayuganda eyasooka okuwangula empaka za ppulu ennene wabweru wa Uganda, ate ye Munnayuganda eyali owokubiri okukikola. Injini ekifaananyi akikola aligasse saidi nzebayi Ibra akabikayibwa nga bitunatandika tournament eno ng'abayini videos neyali erimu invest ez'amawanga kubanga erimu Omunnayuganda n'Omuzimbabwe. Okussaamu ekitiibwa mu nsi zaabwe, ngenda kusaba ffenna bwe yakaba nga akazindaalo kakoze tuyimirire tusseemu ekitiibwa mu mawanga ag'abazannyi bombi. Stand up to the national anthems of Uganda and Zimbabwe. Yes, games can start.
A very good evening to you. We have two players entangled. We have two players with something to prove to each other. We have one player who has not been having the best form of his life, Ibra. We have one player who has traveled thousands of kilometers away from Zimbabwe. They have met in the final of a 64-man competition that has provided entertainment to the African pool fraternity for the last 2 days, including today. They have one more last dance to have this final to a close. It is Ibra, it is Eshka, it is rest to 9, it is the final. Ibra nil, Eshka nil, rest to 9. And in the meantime, the scoreboard is right at the top right of your screen. It has Ibra's scores on the left, with his Ugandan flag of the black, yellow and red with the crested crane instead of his name. And Eshka's scores will be on the right, with the Zimbabwean national flag with the black, yellow, red and green on the right. These guys, I don't ever remember them meeting in any match. Nonetheless, Ibra has had lots of contests with Zimbabwean nationals. Some of the most famous of them, the semi-final of the Grand Mchana Open Championship, which he won in Kenya, in Nairobi at the Mchana Pub and Grill last year, where he did take on Malvan Mkonza in a race to 9 that was won by Ibra convincingly by a score of 9-2. He did have Ibra a money match against another of the top Zimbabwean national players, this time around at the Queen Sports Club in Bulawayo in Zimbabwe, in a longer race to 15 with $1,000 at stake. Ibra led 11-3, and then Timothy Onida, the guy nicknamed Sakala, was able to come from 11-3 down to equalize it at 14-14, taking the match to a decider in front of hundreds of people at the venue and more thousands who watched that one online. It was Sakala who won the decider in what was one of the most painful defeats Ibra has ever had under my watch. Since then, he did participate in the billiards in the Queen Sports Club annual double elimination tournament, in which he was eliminated in the round of last 16 by guess who? Another Zimbabwean player who is called Kile, who is also based in Bulawayo. And since then, this is his first meeting with any player from Zimbabwe. And believe you me, it will not be the last, because one of the Zimbabweans, if not both of them, Eshka and Maluva, have a date in a money match with Ibra this Thursday. In the meantime, in the background of your screen is an ongoing final in the ladies category between the two sisters Rukia and Rashida. That one is currently goalless as well. 0-0. For the ladies, it is a race to 7. For the men, it is a race to 9. In a simple calculation, the matches could end at around the same time if they are to go at an equally competitive level if the races are played to completion. What a performance Eshka did have in the semi-final, taking down one of the tournament favorites, Joseph Kasozi, ending that one 7-1. And yet he also pretty convincingly on the other table, Ibra was defeating Yuda Sembo Sejjemba, this time 7-2. And I don't think you would have requested or demanded for a better final if you have been looking at the progress of this tournament so far. It's not yet one game being played to completion, and yet we already have over 800 people watching this action live from everywhere on the African continent, where this sport is becoming a darling sport to so many of the fans. Thank you guys for watching these guys and for making myself relevant as a streamer. Managed by the Nevisan Aggregates Company is Eshka Chimbwanda, the guy who is being supported by just a few here in Kampala. Yes, he does have some supporters, by the way. Here in Kampala, there are big rivalries of the players' support teams. A player who is a rival with another player will most likely have his fans support the player's rival. So you will imagine that those guys who are die-hard fans of maybe Mansour, maybe some die-hard fans of Caesar, will be supporting Eshka in this one. Just like Mariza's former council is watching, and he knows that when Mamelodi Sundowns are playing in the CAF Champions League, then the fans of Kaizer Chiefs will be supporting the team that is traveling from abroad. I hope I'm right. So it's that kind of thing. So it is not as if Eshka is not having any support here. He does have some of it, but this may not be a big money tournament, but in terms of the stature and the occasion and what is at stake and what it means for him to win this match, maybe it is one of the better moments of his career. He needs a big shot here. Most likely he'll get himself snookered. He can actually see a part of that red. What I'm not sure of is if he can see it well enough to put it to the center pocket on the left of your viewing area. Important moment. Even actually if he potted that red somehow, he wouldn't surely get the white ball for the black, which is somehow interlocked between two yellows and the corner pocket top right. Nonetheless, he will see the red as much as he can play. There he goes. I don't think you can get a better start to the tournament than this one, with a magic of a shot from Eshka. He seemingly has himself partially snookered, at least partially. Nonetheless, that was a wonder of a shot from Eshka Motors. Eshka wasn't seeing the black enough to put it, and it's now advantage Ibra.
abawagizi Eshka bw'abeera azannya nga tukuwagira weefuge tukusiime budda kukikola ojja kubonereza Ibra. Todamu kulekana linnya lya Eshka ng'azannya.
Here we go. Ibra 1, Eshka 0. And I want to welcome you to the stream, Gulem Pendolo and Francis Koni Ryan supporting Eshka, Spina Kenny supporting Ibra, Jean-Paul Chirembeka, welcome to the stream, Ellen Alan Akila and Valeria Crush. You say you are Ugandan but you're supporting Eshka. Now I'm suspecting you are a fan of Caesar. Tatenda Masunda, welcome to the stream, Yahya Diara. John Ches, you can enjoy the stream here. The match will be later uploaded to YouTube, those who want YouTube, but for the live stream we shall have Facebook only. There's one big advantage that Facebook has over YouTube, the fact that Facebook is more interactive and it takes the video further and is viewed more than YouTube because of the ability to share the video by viewers to their fellow Facebook friends and groups, which YouTube doesn't provide. In the meantime, Eshka 1, Ibra 0 in a race to 9 in the final. Will I beg your pardon, please? Ibra 1, Eshka 0, race to 9 in the final. He has shown a lot of composure in this competition, Eshka. His arrival was marred with 3 consecutive defeats in money matches. He also did participate in the Kamocha weekly competition, where he did lose out in the second round to Hazard Lokomwa. That tournament also had Ibra in participation. He did lose out in the quarterfinals to Lugula Simon. Since then, it is Ibra's first time on the pool table in this tournament. Since then, Eshka did play 3 money matches, losing out to Lubola Simon respectively, as well as Rashid Wagaba and Caesar Chandiga, who right now, by the way, is aboard Ethiopia to catch his connecting flights to Shanghai, China, where he will be participating in the World Heibo Masters Series later this week. This coming week, will I say. And given how Eshka has been queuing in this tournament so far, I would say that we may be having an equalizer in the coming year. He is representing not just himself. It is the Nevson Aggregates Company. It is the manager Jaden. It is the entire pool fraternity of Zimbabwe. It is Francis Mokwekwe. It is his fellow Zimbabwean players. It is a moment of truth for him. And a crowd of about 300 people are crowding this place. Some of them standing on top of themselves. Actually, they are more than 300, maybe anywhere between 300 to 350. And yet there are others who can't even see it from anywhere at the venue. They are at the other side of the venue where they are watching the third place match, which is happening between Joseph Kasozi and Yuda Sembusi, in which I'm being told Joseph Kasozi is in the lead. Nonetheless, we are having a final. Eshka will probably have this red ball to roll, maybe to tap it with the white ball, opening up the other yellow, which is so much near Ibra's yellow, which he does exactly. Although I'm not so sure, I'm not so certain about the fact that the white ball is as good as he probably would have fancied it to be. It has to be a big shot, this one, maybe a top spin, white ball after potting red ball to the center pocket on the right, following the red to the right cushion, and then moving across the entire table to try and put the black to the corner pocket on the right. A little bit of indiscipline.
William management entegeezezza kuddamu obufumba ogenda kufuluma.
Very similar situation to the second game as the first. It is a case of Eshka coming within one ball of winning the frame, and yet one ball became a little bit too much for him. Maybe it looks like a match where Ibra will be feeding on easy pickings. And talking of easy pickings, Eshka has just miscued to give 2 shots to Ibra, almost as a gift. And when it has been coming to finals against players of different nationalities, Ibra doesn't have that much of a bad record. He did play in the final of the Matthew Ngulube 64-man championship, which had the players from Zambia and Zimbabwe and South Africa and Tanzania and the other countries. He did face off Victor Sinyenza in that final, and indeed he did win it. He also did participate in the final of the Grand Mchana Open Championship last year, which had Eshka and the other players from Zambia and Tanzania and Uganda and South Africa and Botswana in participation. Ibra did win that final against Tanzania's Saif Hamad 9-2. Just the following year, he did reach the final of the Billiards Cafe double elimination competition, in which he faced off with Malawi's Stanford Griven Gente in the final. It is the first final that Ibra in an international competition did win. This one will be the first time that he's facing in the final a player from a different nationality. He is leading 1-0 and looking good to make it to here. Maybe the pressure of the moment is coming the better of Eshka. A little bit of silly fans chant, the fans of Ibra, by the way. And indeed Ibra took some time to ask them not to make noise as Eshka is aiming for his balls. If you're just joining the stream, it is 2-0 Uganda's Sejjemba leading against Zimbabwe's Eshka Chimbwanda in the final of an ongoing 64-man competition that is happening right in the heart of Kampala City at Star Complex Pool Arena. It has been quite those 2 days full of entertainment for us as fans. We have been able to witness all the brilliances of these players and their clearances and their apples and their fouls and their unforced errors and their nervousness and everything that it has to do with their own game. It's one of those days when Ibra seems to be having his game completely right. I like to say that many a times when his game is on, anybody can fall down, and they can fall down easily. And I have to say that at one point, the majority, if not all, of Africa's top players have been victim to this guy, at least at one point. At the round of last 32 of the Grand China Open last year, his victim was none other than Aiden Joseph in a race to 7. Ibra did win that match 7-4. I beg your pardon, it was actually a race to 9 and did end in 9-5. In the final of the Matthew Ngolube Championship in 2020, he did meet Victor Senyeza in the final and he won it in a decider 9-8. In a money match against Jeremiah Green Naido Gandaganda in Kampala at Climax earlier this year, racing to 21 for US dollars 4,000, Ibra did win. It's 2,000, I beg your pardon. Ibra did win 21-15. He's also one of the guys who have been a very big stone in Caesar's shoes, except of course for this year. Otherwise, before this year, he had defeated Caesar a total number of 5 times in 10 attempts. As for this year, Ibra has not had a sweet victory on Caesar yet. He's normally cool and calm and composed, like a cucumber. Nicknamed the Killer, a name he gave to himself after winning the Grand China Open Championship last year. So synonymous with a number of competitions, one especially organized by the Polo Association of Uganda, but also tournaments as these ones, as well as midweek comps, and so many matches amongst others. And Eshka is equally a very big name in the Zimbabwean pole fraternity, especially winning, for instance, this year 4 Nepal's events, a former national champion of Zimbabwe, and has won the league for the Zimbabwean league a number of times with his club. He's also well traveled, has been participating in tournaments in Kenya, in Zambia, also in South Africa. He has also participated in tournaments outside of Africa, in China. He reached the second round of the World Heibo Masters Series earlier this year. But so far, according to the complexion of this game, it is seemingly clear that Eshka must be at the very top of his game to even stand a chance against Ibra, because Ibra is the Ibra who is having his day, at least so far. Too much composure here, and you will understand. He has it all against him, Eshka. He's up against a player who is bigger in stature than him, not in size, but in terms of achievements, both in his country and outside of their respective country. He's up against a player who has 2 big international competitions on his belt, a player who has victories in a number of money matches, local and international. He's up against that player who is also having home advantage and crowd support on his side. And it is not easy being Eshka right now. He has to be at his best, not only in the hands, which he uses to play, but also the mind, which makes decisions of each and every shot that he takes. He did have a money match at the Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo last year against another Zimbabwean Ibra, that is Timothy Oneda, the guy nicknamed Sakala, where it looked like a walk in the park for Ibra, winning game after game after game after game when the match was just starting, and then how he was able to surrender an 11-3 lead to lose the match 16-15. Everybody seems not to understand exactly what. It was actually 15-14. He has lost 2 frames, Eshka, and all of them have been coming his way. He has been the guy who was going all-out attack, just like he was doing against Kasozi in the semi-final, only that this case in the final he was not exactly finishing off his games. And Ibra was coming up to take the easy pickings. And actually Eshka was making Ibra to win easy, I would say. But now in this frame, it is the opposite, because it is Ibra who went for the game in the start. It is Ibra who failed to finish off his game, and it is Eshka who has an opportunity to try and take and pick up the easy pickings. And every time I see Eshka playing, just like Maluva, every time I see over 1,000 people watching the stream online, I just feel happy and appreciative of the entire management team of the Neves and Aggregates company for ensuring that these matches happen by facilitating and having air travel for these players. And it is expensive to be in a foreign country. It's also not easy to play these games in a foreign country, but a match like this one will no doubt make Eshka a better player, because these are the situations that you always go through when you have to win big competitions. And Uganda is exactly that kind of country which you need to have regular competition as a player to better your career. That is exactly, in my opinion, the kind of white ball that Eshka needed, because as long as he pots the yellow ball to the corner pocket bottom left, the white ball has a natural effect, moving the opposite direction where he exactly needs to have it, to try and pot the black ball to the right top corner pocket. He takes it the entire way across the table, making it even more fancy and beautiful and brilliant, and indeed gets a round of applause from fans, even who are supporting Ibra. He will be up against black only for the second time in the match, and yet he will attempt to pot it only for the first time in the match. Eshka 1, Ibra 2, race to 7. But that was brilliant overshot.
Omusajja ayagala kuteekako gemu yange ne Eshka. Buli ssaawa bwebeera bwebulaga. Eno tebagitadde ku YouTube. Yagiteekayo replay.
The Eshka who is participating in tournaments is a more composed, but more importantly, a more clinical Eshka than the Eshka who plays long races and money matches. That is one thing to quickly realize about his game. And thank you for watching. With Chimbwanda, you say the 2-0 lead that Ibra was having was too little, and soon the arena will be silenced by force. One thing that I have to assure you that as organizers, we do know that, of course, definitely the majority of the supporters will be Ibra's supporters. He's at home, but Eshka will be protected. And of course, 2 of them have already been forced out of the arena. Those of you who were those who are supporting non-sportingly. Big shot this one has to be. A big shot Eshka has played. If he calms himself down, he has also shown the ability to change the style of game he is playing even in the middle of matches. But for this frame, it will maybe be one of those ones that Eshka has been going for from the start and failing to finish them all at once, and then Ibra coming back to pounce. When your opponent is a player of Ibra's level, every time that you go for the game, you have to ensure that you reach your destination, and the destination is potting the black ball. I'm not so sure Eshka can see his yellow. I'm not so sure. He too is not so sure. If he fouls, you think that will be it for him in this frame. By his body language, I think that he is convinced that probably he cannot see the yellow ball enough to pot it. Somehow Eshka found a way, but somehow Ibra has found a way by Eshka getting a very bad white ball for the black. From where I'm watching, I don't think that any shot is possible here to put the black. In a direct shot, maybe playing the black ball off the cushion, but hitting the white ball into the black ball as it is right now, I for one don't see it as an option. And the problem is that shot will most likely end up opening up the 2 reds that are close to the black, which will give the incoming player, who is the player playing the red switch, who in this case is Ibra, a big advantage to win this frame to go 3-1 up in the final. Here we go, as if he wants to play it off the red.
Come on, Sejjemba! Come on!
He was even lucky not to foul, otherwise he was pretty much playing with hope than any realistic expectation.
You kill! You kill him! Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. God forgive. You kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Ibra 3, Eshka 1. The 3 games that Ibra has won have been all very similar. It was Eshka going for the game from the start and failing to finish it off, and giving advantage to Ibra to come and take the easy pickings at the end of the day. 3 games, the solution should be a change of game plan for Eshka. He is able of changing it. He did it against Caesar in that money match where he went about 5 games down at the start of the game. Then he slowed down, he killed the pace of the game. In the end, he was able to win at least 8 games in a rest of 15, even though in a losing effort against Caesar. This is starting to seem like the first apple that Ibra may perfect. In the match, he has been feeding off failures from Eshka so far, and yet he's demonstrating that right now he can win a hard-fought game, an apple for that case. He is at his most deadly, Ibra, when his break is on. He is so good at moving the white ball around the table, along the edges of different cushions, moving it in between his own balls and the opponent's balls to make clearances. And to do that, you need to be lucky on the break. And if he is exactly that, he is very, very, very unplayable.
Sejjemba.
For once, we have seen an unexpected miss from Ibra. He's been queuing better in this game so far. He's the guy who is seemingly not ready to take defeat, especially given the manner in which he is playing so far. But he has to be in the know that Eshka has been demonstrating in his tour of Uganda so far that he is more than able as well of turning a very bad game into a good one. He is capable of an offensive game. He is capable of playing it slow and tactical. He is capable of that negative break, the defensive break, where he leaves balls so packed against each other to let the game be won by the guy who thinks best, not the guy who shoots better. And for that shot, he has played a very, very technical shot. Ibra will be playing the red ball to open up that pocket. He does. And white, I believe will be okay. A sharp cut of the red ball to the corner pocket top left will have to be followed up by avoidance of the white ball contacting the black ball to leave it packed at the pocket such that he can make a clearance. And does it, I would say, equally better. He'll have a sharp cut of the black ball to the corner pocket top right. And narrowly misses. But I do think that Ibra still has the big advantage here. Eshka has 2 dead yellow balls and 5 other yellow balls. A very big unlikelihood that even a player of Eshka's level could make a clearance. And yet if he plays snooker, a corner pocket is one of the easiest for these guys to find the angle. In the ladies' final, Rashida Motesi leads 6-4 in a race to 7 against her elder sister Rokia Naiga. In the men's final, Eshca Chimbwanda is down 3-1 against Ibrahim Sejjemba. By what Eshka has just done, I think he wants to play the yellow ball behind the black and maybe try to force a stalemate, which some of you like to call a draw game here.
Come on, Sejjemba.
That's not good enough.
Come on.
He leaves too much space. One thing I'm not sure of, the yellow ball near the top of your screen on the left may be intercepting the natural movement, the natural angle in a normal shot of the white ball to try and find the black. I think that is why Ibra is looking a little perplexed here. He's playing it in the almost opposite direction, but with a big spin on the white ball itself. In a normal shot, the angle is snookered, if I will use the rod, by the red ball, which is near the top of your screen on the left. In a normal shot, finding the black ball is not possible. He will want to use a big spin on the white ball against the rail. And here is the big spin. Here we go. It's a miss. Foul and advantage. Eshka. Hola, Beru. Hola, Maquet. And given the position of these balls now, you think that Eshka's bigger problem with the yellow ball, which is nearest to the black ball. If you can look at that corner pocket, the one nearest the black ball is the one which doesn't have actual easy pocket for which to pot. One big shot now. He probably wants to get white ball to put both yellows to the same corner pocket top right, in my opinion, which is what he's doing and which is what he has played accurate white for. Even Ugandan fans are uploading that shot. All he needs is now to aim as if he's aiming for the size of his family plot with the total accuracy, not minding about the white, because putting both balls in the same shot is equally okay. He sinks it in. That is the support from the Ugandan fans. Eshka 2, Ibra 3, rest to 9. Someone is saying in the comment section that Kampala is being targeted for extra escalation, and I'm loving that analogy. Blessings, Zangya. Thank you for watching. You're supporting Eshka. Adikens Gapare, you are loving that one. One of Dennis Chirigwajo, you are supporting Eshka, and I'm going to report you. Brian Kapolobwe, you are saying that Eshka has your respect no matter what happens after this. And the more he puts, the more confident he becomes. Against every odd that there can be in this sport is exactly what Eshka is going through right now. Playing in a foreign country on a brand of pool tables that he has never even seen before he's coming to Uganda, against an opponent who is bigger in stature than him in terms of achievements in their respective countries, also achievements internationally, also for their respective national teams. Also in terms of performances against players from the country of their own opponents. You would want to think that Ibra starts as a big favorite for the final. It doesn't mean that Eshka has no chance of winning. The ladies' final has been won by Rashida Motesi after having sweet revenge over her sister after inflicting on her that defeat in the National Open final sometime last year. And once again, congratulations, Rashida Motesi. In the men's third place, it has been Joseph Kasozi who has taken third place. Yuda Sembusi, the guy nicknamed Dembaba, the guy who is having a money match against Eshka tomorrow, came fourth. Actually, he told me he requested the management to give him his prize such that he could have a rest before his money match against Eshka tomorrow afternoon. A miss from Eshka, advantage Ibra. And big thanks to you guys for tuning in to watch this match. Well watched, well supported, well attended tournament, well organized, and it's ending on a very good time by 10 p.m. Ugandan time, which is 9 p.m. which will be 9 p.m. in Zimbabwe. This final will surely be done, and it will be done probably before that time, and it is the right time to have a prize giving ceremony. Then these players and these fans and the organizers will have some rest, and Eshka will have some rest because he still has a lot of action coming up this week. But this tournament has been a very good experience for Eshka and Maluva, most especially for Eshka. Irrespective of what the result of this final will be, he personally has my respect. the attempt in that shot was to play his yellow off Ibra's red, both to pot and use the same shots to set the second yellow to the corner pocket bottom right. It's one of those situations where I say that everything about that shot went completely wrong. Eshka sometimes has it in him to play what Priscilla Chishoro calls the Mbasambasa shot, even if it were a final. And it was a very risky shot that Eshka did play. He normally takes all his time in the world, Ibra. Even when the shot is easy, he never takes it for granted. He takes all the time to aim. And most of the time when he is in attack, he normally ends up potting the black, especially when he's in the kind of form that he has been in for this tournament. Ibra 4, Eshka 2. Hassan Hamandawana, you're asking what is special about this ordinary table? Super League brand of tables are originally in the United Kingdom. They are some of the pool tables that make pool look so simplified, especially black ball. They have well fastened cushions, they have very good tablecloth of else. They have Aramis balls and the cue ball that come with them. They also have corner pockets which attracts the ball and they favor the players who like to go for the game. Thank you for watching Jingo Lawrence and Blessings Zengea. Appreciating the commentary. Betty Tabitha, you say you want to have a kid with Eshka. Betty, Eshka has a girlfriend, he told me. Kufa Nasuman, you're watching live from Bali. Welcome to the stream. Secret Manuel Konze, you are supporting Eshka from Kenya. Kabuya Mosa is saying that Caesar is watching this one and is laughing. By the way, Caesar, before going, he tipped Malova for this victory. And Malova was not able to go past the second round, and yet Eshka is in the final with chance to make a big win here. It's one of those times when Ibra is involved in a match and you think that everything that touches simply turns into gold. Ibra 5, Eshka 2, rest to 9.
Baba, mi wano, ¿dónde está? ¿De dónde está esa cámara? Make sure. We call a boy. Abana beka tulia nawe oliye. Abana beka tulia nawe oliye. Ase. Isima tulia nawe oliye.
He will be taking all the time that he has in the world, whether in attack, whether in defense, whether in inspecting the table. It is his style, it is how he wins, it is how he loses, Ibra. And I want to think that he has one little trick to do here. Try to play combination shot, play red to put both red and yellow to the corner pockets, top right of your screen, not just support, but also to open up the game once and for all. It is exactly what he's trying to do, and in the same shot, trying to open up the black. It is not a very simple shot. He has to be totally on target. But white ball has a natural effect to open up the black. If the combination shot is on, the game is off for Eshka. And unfortunately for Ibra, he fails to put his own ball. Advantage Eshka, who now has 2 shots. I do hope that you're not affected in any way by the network. The crowd is full, the place is full of people to its own capacity. I'm having a little bit of issues trying to deal with the crowds behind and besides myself, not to affect the stream, but nonetheless I'll try to do my best to ensure that you guys watch this final to its very conclusion without having so much difficulty. And if you're just joining the stream, Eshka Chimbwanda is trailing 5-2 against Ibra Sejjemba in a race to 9, which will mean that Ibra needs 4 games more and Eshka 7 of the remaining 10 games, including this one. And that shot, in my opinion, is all wrong from Eshka. It is an open game for Ibra to take. His only issue, Ibra, is that black ball. That's why you see it's the ball he's looking at right now. He's aiming, he's looking at the prospect of putting that black ball to the left center pocket. The assumption in his mind is that the 3 reds are gone. By his stance, maybe he opines Ibra that there's a little chance that the Reds could not pot. From where I'm looking, it's as if they will pot. But if he's so elaborative, there is risk. It could go all wrong here. Indeed, it went all wrong. Eshka doesn't believe his luck. And you would think, wouldn't you, that he will try to put the yellow ball to the center pocket on the left, and then he play the other yellow to the corner pocket top left, and they play it not to pot, but instead they play defense, play snooker, with the hope that whether or not Ibra finds his reds, he will not be potting. He does exactly as you would have thought. And the crowd are applauding the brains and the execution. I would fancy that most likely Ibra will be finding his reds. Nonetheless, they are very unlikely to be potted. That was a little bit careless. Ibra fouls, advantage Eshka. I think it's the right free shot for Eshka. He simply opened up the pockets, no need doing too much risk. Now you will imagine that his only problem is the yellow ball, which is near the black. If he is to play to attack. And for a player who is maybe a fancy player who will play top spin, pot and use the white ball to open up the second yellow by playing the white against the black in a top spin. He even doesn't need to open up. I didn't even know that he has chance, he has good sight of the black. He has played to total precision. Eshka here. Backspin, very good. Eshka 3, Ibra 5, rest to 9. This guy Eshka has at times been playing well enough and composed enough even to attract the support of the Ugandan fans, who are mostly Ibra fans, but nonetheless they are appreciating the qualities that Eshka has been demonstrating in this tournament. So Ibra will be having 2 more minutes of his timeout, and thereafter we resume from 5-3. Guys, you're watching the final of what has been 64 players, and yet only 2 are left in the competition of a tournament that has been ongoing in Kampala for the last 2 days, from yesterday up to today. The visiting Eshca Chimbwanda, all the way from Zambia, is trying to make a mark against Ibrahim Sejjemba. The bad start Eshca did have, is finding himself having to play catch up. He's 5-3 down, trying to fight for himself and for his teammate Maluva, and the Nerves and Aggregates company that sponsored him, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds who are watching him home and following him every step of the way, supporting his each shot. Every time he rotates around the table, every time he aims, every time he pulls the game back. It is not easy. Not easy. Playing a comp away from home with opponents as tough as these guys. One thing I want to tell you is that Ugandan pool is so much endowed with depth of quality players. There are so many. You can have a tournament of 64 players and all of them are good enough to break and finish a game. And I just noticed that the majority of the people who are watching are from the great Republic of Zimbabwe, so I'm shouting out to you. And I like many times to say that once I get another chance to come to Zimbabwe, tusangane uko. That is a great experience for especially myself. I'm the person who is having the best time with the Zimbabwe guys, with full permission from boss Jaden, who is their sponsor, and of course media man Francis Mokwekwe, who I know is supporting with all his heart, hoping that Eshka does something big here. And whatever is the outcome of the final, in my heart I think Ibra is the favorite. He's the bigger player, and at his best a better player, without a shadow of a doubt. But also no doubt that Eshka has what it takes to take down Ibra, even on his own home turf. He's playing as if the many matches he has been playing and losing were warm-up sessions for this tournament, because it is here that we are seeing the best of the Eshka Motors guy. Here he's just a little bit unlucky. He didn't want both balls to be potted in the same shot. He now has to try and put black either to the bank shot or direct to the center pocket on the left. He goes for the bank and gets the bank. And he's trying to claim a good share of the funds here. Eshka 4, Ibra 5, Resto 9. You would want to think that this frame number 10 is a very, very, very important frame for both players, for Ibra to extend his lead, to try and lessen the pressure on himself. I also want to think this game is so important for Eshka. because should he equalize here, being the guy that is on the comeback, he will be the guy with the momentum, he will be the guy with the self-confidence, and every time he wins the game, he claims a share of the fans, because when he puts black, he gets some good support. And Ibra is one player who is not good at all at playing against a crowd. This Ugandan crowd, there are some who simply support nationalistically. They support whoever is Ugandan, but there are others who simply support good pull. They will applaud each good shot. They will support each player they see as good. There are also others who support other players who are rivals with Ibra. Nowhere to hide, no chance to miss, no chance to error. Whatever he's doing, Eshka must deliver its intended objective. In that shot, he simply wanted to leave his red ball occupying the corner pocket, which has a black ball behind it. It ended up ineffective because the shot ended up opening up the pocket, and its black ball is there for the taking. And Ibra responds by equally occupying that same pocket with his own yellow ball. This game will be won by the player who thinks most, not the player who shoots better. Now a mind game, this one. Very tight moment, this one. I think that Eshka, whatever he's trying to do, must have an end result of opening up the second red, which is near the yellow, near the center pocket. The opening is not effective at all, but maybe now if he can put the red ball at the center pocket, the white ball, leaving the white ball exactly at the spot where he has his red he's trying to put, then he could put the second red ball to the corner pocket, bottom left of your screen. Nonetheless, it leaves a very bad red game because of the other red he's trying to open up right now, which didn't come to pass. He was in the end lucky even not to foul. And you think he has played himself out of favor in this game. Plays off the rail, it is a legal shot, but not an effective shot. Advantage, Ibra. And thank you for watching Princess Bushira, supporting Eshka, Musisi Vincent, Evangelist Stephen Waiso. Thank you for watching. You think Eshka has to recover his air ticket here? Okay. He has one big risk to take. Try to put that red ball he's looking at to the maybe center pocket of Ibra's yellow, maybe to the corner pocket, maybe simply tap it and maybe count on the chance of another opportunity given. One thing he has done right is to use the white ball to occupy the corner pocket top left of your screen with the black ball, and it makes Ibra have two dead yellows which are behind that black ball, and you will think that these are good brains from Eshka. The intention was clear for Ibra to open up those two yellows which Eshka has just deemed dead. It wasn't perfected very well, but for a player of this level, for as long as he's the one queuing, as long as he's the one on table, even though he has a bad game, you think that he is having a slight edge in this frame. He has been having a very mixed year, Ibra, with so many performances which are way below his known level. His better performances this year have been winning a weekly comp that was organized at the Mango Shed in Kampala, and also winning a long race, a money match with $2,000 at stake against South Africa's Ganda. Outside of that, it has been so many near misses in tournaments, but also so many early exits in weekly comps and other big tournaments like this one and others even bigger. Blessings Movambo, thank you and welcome to the stream. William Shambare supporting proudly Zim. Blessings Muvambwi, thank you for the joke. Mofat Moyo, welcome to the stream. Mlenga Chilufya Kashiwa, you are supporting your neighbor Eshka tonight because you are in Zambia. And by that shot, Ibra is daring Eshka to foul. And hopefully for Ibra, make it 6-4 thereafter. Will he find the red? No, he doesn't. It is a foul, and it is advantage to Ibra. Thank you for watching from Eswatini, Real Mavi. You are supporting Eshka, understandably so. Alia Mususu supporting Eshka. Tesla Pro, you say Ibra wants to play till Tuesday. Man, this is how Ibra plays. It's how he wins. It's how he loses. So he cannot change his game style overnight. And you will not get a better free shot than that one. You will not. And Eshka knows. And the fans at the venue knows. And the thousands watching online do know that this is Ibra's game. Tony Chase, you want Eshka to win this for the SADC region, eh? That's a good one. It seems the majority online are Eshka supporters, and it is understandable. The bad news is that Ibra will not be concerned about that because he's winning a 6 and now leads 6-4. Putting the black ball on the break is called a void break. In that case, the same player breaks the same game with one visit. And that is inconsequential of whether the player may have potted another ball on the break or not, or whether the player may have potted the cue ball on the break or not. As long as black is potted on the break, that is the ruling. Ibra to re-break, leading 6-4, 3 games away from a sweet victory here. Many a times it has been looking as if Eshka is trying to be played out of this final, but sometimes an opportunity has been presenting itself for him to play as if he still has a lease of life in this final. That foul by Ibra, if Eshka can make a clearance here, if he takes it to 6-5, then we will be back at him trying to play for an equalizer. That makes this game very crucial, especially for Eshka. And I want to shout out in a special way to my good friend who is in Bulawayo right now, the great Zimbabwean pool enthusiast, Wisdom Ndige. Good friends with Eshka, but also good friends with Ibra. And I know that you're just watching this match, enjoying the action of these boys, your boys. You probably don't mind who wins. Eshka has just blown an opportunity away from himself to make it 6-5. It will be very dangerous for him to let the gap keep growing and growing and growing, because Ibra can right now see the end of the tunnel in sight, and that end of the tunnel has good light on it. If he makes it 7-4, you think that maybe he is surely winning this comp.
Shut your boy. Shut your boy.
He must find his yellow. He may pot or not, but he must find the yellow. Yes, he does. That is a round of applause from the Ugandan fans. After Eshka not only finding the yellow, but also snookering Ibra in the effect of the shot. These guys, these fans, they simply love to watch good pool. And greetings to those of you who are watching at Mega 1 in Harare, those who are watching at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo, and those who are watching from the East Province at Rua and West Mashonaland at Chinyoi, and those who are watching from the Midlands Province of Gweru, those who are watching right in the capital city of Harare, the second biggest city of Bulawayo, those who are watching from Marondera, where you are proudly expectant that Eshka will make you proud tonight. And I know that you can only pray, and I can assure you from the fact that I'm in very close proximity to your guy, he is trying to ensure that your prayers come to pass, but it will not come easy. He's playing off the rail after agreeing with Ibra that he cannot see any of his yellows. He will probably foul. No, he doesn't. He simply touches his ball with the slightest touch. For Ibra, he simply needs to pot a ball here. He can't pot a ball, the red ball to the corner pocket bottom right. And you think that if he pots, he will have options. One big problem for him is that red ball which is behind the black to the corner pocket top left. And Ibra fouls. He'll probably have a simple tap of the yellow, try to put the black ball to the center pocket on the left. He played the shot a little bit arrogantly, nonetheless it doesn't matter because he gets himself an accurate white. The shot is straight and misses. Maybe this is the moment that could change this match in favor of Ibra once and for all. He's going for a safety snooker here. And yes, he does. And he's daring Eshka to foul. Eshka fouls, and you would think what has happened is that Eshka seems to have considered the frame. I'm not so sure he has considered the match in its entirety. It is a race to 9. The officials are talking to him that the race is 9 and not 7. It seems he did not even know the race he was going for. It seems he thought that the race was 7. He was conceding the match thinking that Ibra was winning a 7 and winning the match. Amina Faithinganda, the captain of the ladies national team of Uganda, just corrected him that, sir, it is a race to 9. You can still fight. Eshka 7, no, Eshka 4, Ibra 7, race to 9. And I will tell you confidently that that was a very well thought and very well executed game shot. He intended this not to have his red potted, but to use the white ball after having a sharp spin on it off the cushion to better the two reds that are in front now of Ibra's yellow at that corner pocket on the top right. And how about that for a game opening shot? Ibra's intention here was to play the white ball left towards. He wanted to have good white to put that yellow ball to the center pocket on the left. Yes, a little less energy he used than he would have fancied right now. Finds himself in a tricky position here to try and make a very difficult pot of the ball, maybe to the center pocket on the left with a sharp cut, or to the center pocket on the right ball by banking it off the cushion. And it seems he's going for the bank shot according to his stance. The only other problem is that he would have no control over the white ball. Goes for the bank and gets the bank. Always cool, always calm, always composed. He needs more composure here. On his good day, this black ball will go in and will make it look quite easy. Here we go. And spots the black. Ibra 8, Eshka 4. The mission for Eshka is to win 5 games in a row. If he comes short, then he will succumb to second position here. And in my opinion, second out of 64 is a very respectable second. It is a long mission on a comeback. He needs 5. 1 is done, he needs 4 more in a row. Eshka 5, Ibra 8. A seemingly big unlikelihood. Eshka is trying to go for here, win 5 games in a row against Ibra. Now it is 4 because 1 is down. It seems as though majority of the Ugandan fans are simply waiting to bask into celebration of victory for Eshka. He's showing his good qualities. He's trying to make it a little bit difficult for Ibra. He's trying to communicate to him that if you are to beat me, then come and try. He needs 4 in a row now. And it seems another is going down. It seems he's going to win 2 games in a row with 1 visit over the table in succession. And puts the black. Eshka 6, Ibra 8.
Big Ibra, it is okay. You do it right now. Then we'll finish it. It is okay. Finish him. Come on, man.
Maybe this is the break that Ibra has been looking for. It is